You gon' have a mark from my stick, my stick, my stick, my stick. My stick is better than bacon. You can't touch my stick. I don't wanna. Yeah, you want my stick. Dunk your coconut with my stick. Look at my stick. You gon' feel the wrath of my stick. Fear my stick, my stick, my stick. My stick is better than bacon. You can't touch my stick. But it's just a stick. It's my perfect stick. My stick is my friend, born from a log. Everyone can see it's better than bacon. Why'd you get so crotchety and mean? Look at my stick. Why'd you drink that creature's milk is green? You're sick. My stick, my stick, my stick is better than bacon. You can't use my stick, but it's just a stick. Don't you like my stick? No, it's just a stick. It's my perfect stick. My stick and me take walks every day. Past the hooligans down by the ocean. When they laugh at my stick, then they learn how my stick is much denser than bacon. Bought a little piggy and I let the little piggy run amok. Blowing on sleep, little piggy kept waking me up. People often fight about which birds are the best birds, but everybody can agree that seagulls are the worst.
Do not wear that outfit again. But if you wanna keep your spleen, because I want to fit in. Sorry, you're just not terribly important to me. Did you know that Whitney Houston's debut LP has 4 #1 singles on? Did you know that Christy? There are no girls with good personalities. I don't think we should see each other anymore. It never was supposed to be. Gotta return some videotapes. Have to return some videotapes. Did you know I'm utterly insane? I like to dissect girls that ate some of their brains. Gotta return some videotapes. I'm really late. Gotta return some videotapes. I guess I was probably returning videotapes. Gotta return some videotapes. I guess I was probably returning videotapes.
The following program is rated TV-17, containing bad language,
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
sexual situations,
Like, we're gonna take your pants off instead.
nudity, and graphic depictions of nut-crunching dick kicks.
Oh, I just had to kick you in the diddly again.
Parental discretion is advised.
I am telling you, it is the definition between an entrepreneur and an employee. The employee goes to the cliff, looks over the cliff, says, is there a balloon down there? Will I be safe? What happens if it hurts? What if I land on my neck? The entrepreneur, they said, we need to jump off the cliff, backs up 10 feet to get a fucking run.
This town needs an enema.
Fuck.
Where's Commissioner Gordon?
Come on, you guys take beat me.
Too stupid!
You don't really think you can leave. Things change.
You got me? Who's got you?
Everything changed. And anyone who tells you different is just lying.
You know who this is? This is Mark motherfucking Sylvester.
Oh, all right. There we go. Rocking and rolling. How you feeling, man? You look good. You look like you're getting ready for a fight. You know what I'm saying?
I'm ready.
Around
I'm
shit.
pumped. I'm amped. I'm ready to whoop some ass, talk some trash.
Hell yeah.
The huge. You know, I feel great. How about you?
I feel well. Besides going to the bathroom just a little bit ago, I'm thinking I was gonna be stuck in there for a little bit. Otherwise, I'm feeling good, feeling fresh. Wash my hands though, so I'm clean, so we're all good.
That's important.
That
a
is
lot of people
important.
don't.
Some people don't, and I don't get it. Do you ever wonder that when you shake somebody's hand? Well, the first time you shake somebody's hand, you wonder, you're like, did this dude wipe his ass today? And did he wash his hands? Am I
they
feeling
just
poop?
previously cupped their balls and they're like, nice to meet you. And they're like, oh.
Yeah, you're just like, what the hell is going on with my hand?
Yeah.
I don't know. Welcome everybody. This is
And stuff. The greatest show in all of the tubes of the universe for now.
For now, as you guys might not know, the Then Cometh the End is the title of this show, and I keep having end in the theme because this show is coming to an end here. It's coming to an end sooner than later. We're probably not going to be streaming next week because we got some family stuff we have to tend to, and then we'll see what's going on. But Ahrent stuff is coming to an end after 6 years of doing our thing, going strong. But don't cry for me, Argentina, because we do have a new show starting in March. This gonna be called. Can we say the name yet?
Yeah, I'm good. Name? Yeah,
the name of the new show is gonna be called The Grift. And it's gonna be with me, Sean, and Kayla getting back together. The band's getting back together for Appreciating Comic Book Art Live. We're gonna be doing our thing. It's gonna be kind of similar to this, but we're gonna take everything we've liked to do with all of our streams: comic books, movies, pop culture, conspiracy talk, maybe porn. We'll figure it out as we go, but that's what the show is going to be about. It's going to be all and everything show. It's going to be starting sometime in March. We'll let you guys know exactly when, but probably towards the end of the month. But yes, Ahrent stuff will be ending here shortly. We're not going to get to 300 episodes, but that's okay.
Maybe 275 if we can. If
Possibly 275. Yeah,
maybe,
possibly.
Maybe. We'll see.
Before we jump in and say hi to our guest and bring him on, we're really excited to have back to the show and say hi to the chat real quick. Mark Penguin was number one in the chat, number one in our hearts. My friend, that makes you.
You're number one.
Yes, sir, you are.
So, Mr. Penguin, a penguin is a bird that cannot fly. I am a man. I have a name.
And his name is Mark Penguin. Welcome to the show, my friend. We also have Cosmic Studios in the house, member of the channel. Of course, first-time members are the first members that get in the chat. Get this.
Oh my God! I'm sorry. I can't stop coming. I'm sorry. Oh, it feels so good.
You know, it feels so good to have the members in the chat tonight. Welcome, everybody.
Awesome. Afternoon. Stinks like sex in here.
Always
That it
be one of
does.
those shows. Masked Draymond's in the house. Let's go.
That's ramen.
I like Masked Draymond better. Let's go with
All
it.
right, cool. Whatever.
I like my dyslexia. I think gave a better name there.
Okay.
Master Ramen, welcome. Duck Bacon's in the house. Says hail Joe, hail Sean, hail John, and hail the chat.
Yeah.
Go check out Duck Bacon, fantastic artist on
You see that
both
new,
X and Instagram. Which
that
one?
new Lobo he just posted?
That Duck Bacon did? I saw the one YSA posted.
I thought it was Duck.
Come on, man. Keep track of your artists. Either way, fantastic artist.
Keep
Go
track
check
of
them
me.
out. KO Joe's in the house. Says greetings from Raleigh, North Carolina. Welcome. We have
Greetings
Sheldon
from
Martin as
Southwest.
well joining us. Good to see
Tagging
you.
isn't new for me, friendo, but it is for Disney.
Only the good stuff. Pizza's in the house. Haven't seen you in a second, man.
Nice.
How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let me see. Ace is in the house as well. Shout out to you. We have Wiley J. Draws says, howdy, y'all. Good to see you, man. All right, let me see if I can get this one. Anonymity, T2. Anonymity, 22. That's
You're
it.
so
I nailed
stupid.
it. I nailed it. Welcome to the show. World at War Comics got that one. Says hello.
Nice.
Good to see
Hello.
you.
Hello.
We also have tube. I almost said tube sex.
Me too.
You guys are messing me up in these tube socks.
Dub him that.
Tube sex too. I mean, we're giving
Tube
good names
sex.
out here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't shake hands. Think about it, dudes. We got to hold our dick to take a piss.
Facts.
That's maybe just a fist bump is what, or the elbow,
The elbow.
just do the elbow from now on, maybe. I don't know. Jerry Rasco's in the house.
What's up, Jerry? Good to see
We
you.
also have Christopher Bouchard in the
Bouchard.
house. Welcome, my friend. Our Lund is here as well. Grift Lords.
Ooh.
That's kind of cool. I like that too.
Oh,
You know,
that
I
could
like
be
the
name
name.
of the chat.
I like the name The Grift just because it's thrown around all the time. You know, a lot of people are out there like, oh, this person, they're a grifter, grifts this, grift that. Like, what a great name for a show. So that's what the show is going to be called, The Grift. We're going to work on it, but I think we're going to go with The Grift here. But I do like Grift Lords. That's cool.
Me too.
Don's in the house. Member of the channel says this show is still on. Wow. That is true. Only for a few more episodes, and then we're canceling it for good. So enjoy it while you got it, man. Mike McBand's in the house. Says, sup, fellas?
Mike? How's it going?
Good to see you.
Our dude.
I'm not going to try to say that name again. Let's see. Anonymity too. All right, here we go. We got Papa John in the house. We're going to bring him on. We're going to talk about a few things, have a good time, have a few laughs, maybe get drunk. I don't know. Probably not, but here we go. John, welcome to the show, my friend. How you doing?
Hey, what's happening, guys? Yeah, we can get our drink on. I got my bullet bourbon right here.
We can't. Where the fuck?
Ooh.
Started off with a shot.
Step away from. Let me hold
Get it going.
Shots.
I'm glad my friends aren't recovering alcoholics or anything. So
no, we're
we can
consistent
still
alcoholics.
Really drink.
Yeah, I probably don't drink enough anymore. Is probably what the issue is.
Yeah, that's probably your problem. Drink more.
Yeah.
There we go.
Start drinking more. You know, who needs the liver? You know.
That's right.
All right, did I miss it all? Did everybody take their shot already?
Yeah,
Am I
no,
the last
drinking
one?
sugar's a bit high, but we'll work with that. You guys take another shot from me.
Put Sean in a coma or something here.
Yeah, I need to just
Yeah.
had dinner, so I need to kind of lower it down for a bit. Maybe
Yeah, that's
later
true.
on.
Yeah, we probably don't want to put him in a coma just yet.
Mhm.
Just yet. John, how's it going, man? How's it been? I feel like I've been streaming with you a lot lately, but I would still want to ask that for anybody that is joining the show new in our chat. How you been?
Oh, great, man. Let me tell you, my hand is killing me. I did a long bout of drawing today.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
I was drinking some coffee, and it just kept me going and going and going. I smoked weed, and it just kept rolling, man. I couldn't stop.
That sounds like a
kicking ass.
fantastic, fantastic time.
Yeah, I didn't save any stink bugs last night, though. So
No, how's it's Bill, right? How's
he's
Bill
around.
doing?
I think that was him that flew onto my face yesterday. I think that was him giving me like a little love kiss on my cheek.
Yeah, you
know,
made a
like,
friend.
I'm
You made a
saying,
friend forever.
I'm still here, buddy.
Sean, if you missed it last night on Hard Art, John was telling us this story of him saving the stink bug at his house, and now they're best friends.
All right.
Yeah.
So can't go wrong with that.
My office stink bug. Like he landed on like my cats will sit on my, they'll hop up when I'm drawing. They'll get up right on my belly in between me and my lap, my iPad. You know. And I figured that stink bug had seen this happening multiple times. So was it last night, night before? I don't know. I'm turned around, but I was high, drawing again, and he landed right on my belly. I'm like, oh, he thinks he's one of my cats. You know, I'm like, he probably wants a pet. He wants some attention. He trusts me. So I left him there, and then he started crawling off to my side down to where I went. And I was like, so I grabbed him out and set him over on this middle section of my couch here. It's like a tabletop. And then I drank some coffee, and I was like, oh, that'd be fucked up if that bug was in my coffee. Then, like, I don't know, some time went by, and I drank again, and boom, there was the bug in my coffee cup. And when I pulled back, the swishing is cold coffee. The swishing pushed him into the coffee, and I had to take him downstairs promptly to save his life. When I got him out of the sink, I gave him a piece of banana, called him my friend, Bill. Bill the stink bug.
Bill the stink bug. I like it.
Then he disappeared, and then the next day or next evening, a bug, and it's never happened before. So I figured, like a little butterfly after death kind of type thing. So a stink bug landed right on my face, Sean. What? And I said, "That's Bill. He came back. He came back, give me a little kiss." Who else is as confident around human beings as a stink bug?
Yeah, now that he's friendly with humans, who knows what can happen?
Yeah.
Hey, can we get a hail Bill in the chat, please?
Yeah, hail Bill, like
shout
that.
out to Bill.
I'll do the first one.
But
We'll do a
now that he's
Hale-Bill-
friendly
yeah, I like
with
that.
humans, he's probably gonna find a new best friend. You know,
Oh,
he's
man.
like, I don't need John. I can be friends with any of these humans. Maybe I should friend up one that's rich and got a pool.
Mikey Gomez shout out says, I've been friends with ladybugs. They've always been nice to me.
Very cool.
There you go.
I like that.
Anyways, people think I'm going crazy. I'm not going crazy, guys. This is perfectly normal,
Yeah.
fun
Steven
behavior between man and bug.
Steven says, Willard had Ben, John has Bill. You guys don't remember what Willard is.
Was that
and
a
you're probably
rat?
Not as old as we
Yeah.
are. Yeah.
Yeah.
that was like 70s.
Wait, that was
movie.
Ben, right? It's like Ben. That. It's
Or-
Ben.
That was a Crispin
Yeah.
Glover movie.
I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
Oh,
Low
right.
budget.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff was that weed laced with, John?
I don't know. It's called Mafia something. It's pretty badass. It's store-bought weed, so it can't be too bad, you know.
Now,
No,
are you
it's-
a sativa guy, a hybrid guy, or
That is the
indica?
question.
No, you know what they told me? They said the way to tell what weed works best for you is to get your nose in there and smell it. You know? Like, it don't matter
Interesting.
what it is, your body will tell you that's the one. Oh, and
Okay.
I picked the one that said Mafia Funeral.
Okay.
That's a cool name.
All right.
Yeah.
We just smoked this stuff called Los Mortes. Is that what it was?
Some like
Yeah.
death.
Yeah, I didn't know. So the dispensary that we go to they had like a deal. It's called like Road Trip or whatever. And you could buy like 10 pre-rolls for like 35 or something like that. I can't remember what it was. So I was like, yeah, sure.
Pre-rolled joints?
Yeah, 10 of them.
Really?
Hell yeah! You just break them up. You break them up and you just smoke
They're
one hitters.
that here. Like
Never heard
the
of such a
joints
thing.
here are like this big. It's wild.
Crazy.
It's so cheap.
That must be some store-bought stuff. I mean, I remember the little
Oh, yeah.
zigzag wrappers, so that's what we rolled
Yeah,
joints in
yeah.
back
Easy
in
Yeah, I
the
don't
day.
roll that shit anymore. But no, I just put them in one hitters. Anyway, one of them was
Yeah,
called
that's what I
Los
did.
Mortes, and I looked at it, I was like, oh man, like this is gonna be interesting. But that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I can't remember the one we're smoking now, but we're trying out a bunch of them. They all do similar things, I guess.
Does a job.
They're all hybrids though, like a little bit of the up, a little bit of the down, you know. So that's why Sean asked. Lord Henson, Lord Henson. I can't read, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
about
Lord
that.
Henson.
Okay, there we go. I'm a horrible reader. Can't spell, can't read.
Yeah, you're having a problem with the anonymity.
Is that what it was? Anonymity.
Yeah.
Anonymity.
Yeah, I think
All
you're
right.
putting the N in I think it was the N in the wrong spot. I don't know, but that was making it tricky.
Well, I remember watching Ace Ventura When Nature Calls, and he was going on this speech, and he was talking about like anonymity. He used this word because he couldn't pronounce a
broke your
certain word.
brain.
It did broke my brain. I was like, that's it though. I mean, it sounds good.
Yeah.
That's it. I like it better.
Mhm.
It says, Joe, how long is your sketchbook going to be in pre-order? It looks really cool. Probably until July. I'm aiming to get that out in July, probably the end of July. So you got a second to back it. It's only $10, guys. We'll bring it up a little bit later on in the stream. But it's a collection of a lot of stuff I've done on the Kings. Some of my favorite sketches I've done over the last 6 or so years, and then probably a few never before seen sketches just for the book itself. But it'll be up for a little while. We'll drop some links before we go. Sean,
Joe.
you shared something with me.
Oh yeah.
And-
This is a really hot topic lately, and it's really important. And like everybody, I have a cause.
I have a
it's
cause.
very near and dear to me. I want to get it out. Shark attacks.
Shark
John, are you
attacks.
familiar with sharks?
Not enough of them.
Okay, so there's a lot of shark attacks happening, mostly on the East Coast. I'd say between Delaware to New York. Manhattan had a great white sighting, and they're mostly going for hot broads.
Hot chicks.
And
They got
hot chicks.
taste. They got taste.
And it just touches my heart because we can't be losing all these hot broads because more and more heavy hitters are coming onto the scene, and we don't
We
need
got a charity for them.
Yeah. So I saw this video on Twitter earlier, and I was like, "Oh, this is just sad." Like as you'll watch the video, and all the information is here. Like, we need to save the hot chicks from the sharks. So pay attention.
Here we go.
All right.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Oh, it's just a shame.
Ah, I can't look.
Oh man.
Oh, God bless.
I think they saved her though.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Right in the jaws of death.
This one I think had a little bit of the downs, but still a killer.
Probably kind of a
Still a killer.
retarded shark.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
didn't take a chance to chomp when it had the opportunity to.
You know who's retarded?
Tell us.
Australians. Like the
Oh,
entire
shit.
what is it? Is it a continent? Is it a country? What is Australia? I think it's a
Like a
country,
giant
right?
island.
It's a
It's
jail
just a
cell.
country. It's not a continent,
Yeah.
right?
That's a jail cell.
They're retarded because I remember being in a conversation with one of these Aussies, and they're like, we're talking about sharks, as you are to do with an Aussie, and they're like, oh, well, there's not that many, it's overrated. The shark attacks, it's overrated, but we do have a surprisingly high level of missing persons.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, you never put that together? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
when you see somebody being attacked by a shark and they live or they die, yeah, that's a rare thing. Where do you think these missing people are going? They're the ones that never report the attack because they were dead. They're in the belly of a shark. They went midnight swim. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's killing. That's where all your people are going, into the bellies of these, mostly harmless great whites.
Oh, yeah.
Guppies. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, how
friendly.
can you fucking say, oh, we don't have that many shark attacks? It's overrated. But then you got a high population of missing people. Shut up. We got to take over Australia. They're if they're that fucking dumb, we got to take them over.
Well, yeah,
Shout out
that
to
and the
Pippin.
gun policies, they need American. Yeah, we should. I like that. We should put in a campaign just to
We
take
will
over
set
Australia.
them free by
Set them
enslaving
free.
them.
Yeah, we'll be
like
their
it.
kind overlords.
Yeah.
We'll be a lot
Don't
better
you
than
love
their
this
current
freedom we
government.
gave you?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Pollyanna says, I would eat hot broads too. Don't hate.
Facts.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Been there. Timescale says tons of shark activity in Monterey.
Monterey
Monterey.
Bay.
Monterey. Jeez, I can't read that.
Monterey.
Monterey seems to be in all they eat buffets. Man, that shot is really getting
Buffet.
crazy. Buffet. Surfers' legs recently. Craziness.
Now I'm fucking with you.
I like buffet better though. Let's just go
Like
whatever
Phoebe?
sounds good.
Yeah.
Lean. Yeah, the Aussies. Aussies are just trying to escape the foot-long spike. Oh, fuck that shit.
Oh yeah.
Shane's in the house says,
What's up?
shark shit.
Shit.
Where does the shark shit? And where does that go?
Is that
Wherever it wants.
cloaca, I believe. I believe there was a cloaca. Is there a cloaca on a shark? I don't know. They don't have penises, I don't think. So it's probably a cloaca.
Wow, what a horrible life. That broke my heart. I didn't realize
So
that.
they're
Well, how did they
trans?
get it on? Yeah, how do they bang other sharks?
I think fish kind of just disperse semen. I don't think they're doing a lot of fucking. I think they just, like their eggs are laid. I don't know what they lay their eggs. Is it a nest? I don't know what fish do. They fucking just float over and disperse semen, and I think it just finds the eggs, and that's how you make fish. Is that
Well,
right?
that sounds boring.
I don't
But
know.
you're
man.
probably right on that. But the whales get it on, right?
I have
They
limited
choke 'em out.
survival skills, and they all involve electricity. That's what I tell
Oh, well.
people.
Shane says they process everything.
Science.
Science. Can't beat science.
What does that mean? They process it. What does that mean?
Apparently
they
they take,
process everything.
They naturally break it down. I don't know. I have no idea. So I don't know. Can you trust something that doesn't poop?
No.
Well, I think they do poop. It's just, it's poop and pee.
Well, my point is, then the
Go
ocean.
look
is
it up. I gotta know
Okay,
now
yeah.
because
These are good questions to ask. National
Oh.
Geographic's always got the answer, says KO Joe. That's true.
sharks
actually have
okay.
two
Once
dicks.
again, Malin's right. Malin's right. Sharks poop through a single multi-purpose opening called a cloaca. So there you go.
Wow, you nailed that. You
What do
watch
I
a lot of
fucking know?
Discovery.
I don't know. Let's see if I'm right about how do they mate.
You must be a big Shark Week guy. I'm thinking.
Nah,
No,
Just no shit.
just no shit.
Oh,
Thundercats
no,
had a
they
shark
do,
with spider legs.
a complex process involving internal fertilization. It's often violent, where males use specialized organ called a clasper to transfer sperm into the field. Thank God they didn't say penis, because then I'd just sound like an idiot. Who knew it was a fucking clasper?
I had the clasp once.
It involves courtship, often with the male biting the female's fin or body, to hold her in place while they thrash and roll, sometimes inducing a state of tonic immobility.
Although biting the booty might be a little fun too, a little foreplay there.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, though, the time scales, he nailed it. He says sharks actually have 2 dicks. They're called the claspers. They lock in. I bet you guys never thought when you joined Ott and stuff tonight, we'd be talking about the reproduction and genitals of sharks. But here we are. So you never know what you're going to get. So you guys are welcome.
That's the stuff.
That is the stuff. That's what to expect on the grift once we start that in March. John knows everything about starting new shows. He's got a Hard Art on Wednesdays at 11. Also streaming on Shane's channel, Shane Davis's channel. It's been pretty fun being a part of that as well. We had a good show last night, I thought. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good.
If you guys missed it, I had a birthday stream on Sunday, which was actually a really good time. We had Kayla on, Zach was on, John jumped on. Obviously, Sean was here. Had a lot of poop conversation on that stream as well. So I don't know what it is.
A lot of my conversations go around digestion, I guess. Happy birthday. Whoop, whoop.
Happy birthday.
Right. Let me tell you.
Actually, you know what? Today would have been my mother's birthday, so happy birthday,
Oh, shit,
Mom.
yeah. Let's
Happy birthday
I'll
to
raise
Sean's
that
mom.
for that. I'll raise that. All right. Happy birthday, Sean's mom. Shout. All right. Time to get sloppy.
Sheldon says, and now these claspers are after our women. Is that what Sharknado was really about?
Everybody wants the white women though. You notice that?
Ain't that a fact?
You notice that most black athletes have white girlfriends and or wives?
Yeah, they made the deal, man.
Yeah.
That's what I learned from Cat Williams.
Yep.
That,
okay.
Once you make the deal, they give you a white woman. Like that's the reward.
That's a pretty good deal, I would say.
Yeah, it's like Eddie Murphy made the deal. He's got a white woman. I think she's white. She looks white. I don't know what she is.
We'll call her white. We'll just say that she's white. John, have you ever watched clips from Joe Rogan? You ever pay attention to his podcast?
I'm on the internet. Yeah.
All right, cool.
No, I don't really pay attention to his podcast. I used to listen to the show a lot. Probably around 2015, 2016 time. But I haven't really listened to it. I catch clips now, any little short that might pop up.
That's basically all I do is just see the clips that pop up on X. But I saw this today. You remember Michael Jai White?
Oh, yeah. Not a great actor. I don't care what anybody says.
Not really good actor. No. I don't think anybody would put him up there for Oscar worthy or anything like that. But, good action guy as far as the fight scenes go. But you remember him. He played Al Simmons in Spawn 1997 when that came out.
Yeah, one of the worst scenes of all time is when Spawn jumps off that balcony firing those what are machine guns or whatever they are.
You don't like the somersault jump there? Just
no, because it's ridiculous. It's so many levels of retarded. Watch that scene. Pull it up. Watch that scene. Okay. And you will see he uses half of his rounds to shoot an empty wall behind him.
At nothing. But that was ridiculous. 90's action, right? It was just like lots of bullets, and that's all we needed.
It jumped the shark. I was like, really?
Speaking of sharks, there we go. I like how we worked that in.
Yeah.
I saw this clip that he played, and he was actually talking about some of his experience on Spawn, and actually had some interesting things to say about Todd McFarlane. So I wanted to bring that up. Let's see some commentary on here. So here we go.
And I've got some really good movies coming out, and some things that I'm planning on doing. I'm getting to a place where I'm really shooting the things that I want, and I've been producing and all that stuff. So I have movies that have their body count, but also have a little bit of like something to say.
I often wonder when
low budget. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I often wonder when a lot of actors like this, when you haven't kept track of their career or whatever they're doing, they're always like, yeah, I'm doing producing, I'm directing, I'm doing all this stuff. I'm like, what? Where?
Tubi.
Yeah.
Tubi. There you go. Probably at Tubi movies.
Yeah, they're making their own movies where they can do the type of movie they want to do, but then they realize that they're old. They can't do the action, at least not on the same level as a big budget movie where you got the stunt coordinators, all that shit. You know, armorer. You know, you got all these people there that know what the fuck they're doing. So you're like, oh, and movies cost money to have all these things. So what do? Oh, well, let's scrap the actioner and let's do a talking head movie where people are sitting around having conversations about their feelings and you know that's most celebrities. I don't know if that's them necessarily, but that's why they do the more emotional things because it's within budget for them.
That's actually a great point. And as we found out, the armorer is a very important thing to have a competent one. As
no women is what Joe was saying. No women as armorers.
As Alec Baldwin found out on
murdered
the set of
a
Rust.
woman because of their incompetence.
Yeah.
Look, and for the record, I am still of the belief that it's not the armorer's fault, and that this is my opinion. Alec Baldwin put a bullet in that gun to kill that girl because she was attractive. I don't know if you guys remember. She looked pretty good.
She was nice.
And he probably tried to fuck her. This is my opinion. I think he tried to fuck her. She said no. And he said, shit, I'm going to be in a world of hurt if this gets out that I tried to fuck her. So I'm going to make this bitch pay to keep this private and because I hate her fucking guts. So he shot her. He got away. Right. That's Hollywood actors can get away with murder as long as it's on a movie set.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. And that bullet would have gone like right through her eye too. Because that camera was like close up of a shot right at the camera. Yeah, that's brutal. Infamous Mr. Cursed says Black Dynamite was funny. I don't remember seeing that. I remember when it was out, but I never really got into it. The reason why I like Michael Jai White is basically for Spawn, and not that Spawn was a fantastic movie, but it holds a place in my heart for a late 90s comic book movie when we weren't getting a lot of comic book movies, especially no image movies. So this was definitely big when it came out.
You know what I miss?
What's that?
Spawn.
Yeah. Rogan knows.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah,
people forgot about Spawn. You don't hear about it anymore.
Right. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I don't think Joe.
After you compliment a guy that, hey, I want to watch this one movie you're in, then you're like, hey, everyone forgot about that movie except me. Let's talk about that movie everybody forgot.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Good job, Joe.
Man.
That was fucking great.
Yeah.
That's a good recovery right there.
Look at him. He looks scared.
he's
like, wait, are you high right now? Did you actually see the movie, Joe? Or he's like, how do I work this? Or he's very excited.
He's like, Joker, what?
His response
That's a look of a crazy man right there.
His response is when Joe Rogan's like, it was great. Listen to Michael J. White.
Yeah, I had my man. You didn't. Most people didn't see the first.
That took him like 30 seconds to figure out, but like, well, how am I going to get around the fact that this movie really wasn't great?
Yeah.
But he does give some interesting information on the first cut of Spawn.
Adaptation of it. The first, well, I saw a cut of the movie before it. I mean, at this time, it had like 71 special effects in it. But Bob Shea at the time that was running New Line liked that version. He just gave the director carte blanche to just add whatever he wanted. And the director was a special effects guy. So he started throwing special effects in there that was really killing the story, which kind of drove me up a wall, because then, like, you didn't even see why my character wanted to get back. You didn't even see the life that I wanted to get back to, because there was so much special effects. And even when
I love how he can, after all these years, when did 97? So we're talking about 20 years. Wait,
almost
30 years. Holy shit. Yeah. Almost 30 years since that movie came out, and he can just jump right back into the character and the motivation. I think he really enjoyed playing Spawn.
I think it was the biggest thing he was in as a lead actor, and it's his one big glory. So you're not going to forget the one time you went to the Super Bowl.
Can you imagine too? Like, that movie came out, you got one of the biggest independent characters in comics at the time. The movie was highly anticipated, and he's like, "This is actually my big break, right? I've been grueling in martial arts movies for years now. Like, I'm going to be an action star. This A-list Hollywood movie." And then Spawn comes out. Actually, I think it actually did pretty decent its first opening weekend. I don't think it did like horrible compared to movies back then, but yeah, like it was not a career.
No, I think it
Kickstarter.
did good, didn't it? I remember it being.
Let me look it up.
I don't know, successful. I don't know about a hit, but successful.
I want to say the first week at least, because everyone was going out to see it. It was decent. I remember, you know, I had a pretty good experience in the theater watching this movie.
And
Yeah, I
saw
snuck
the
in to
final
see it.
version.
Huh?
I snuck in to see it.
Well, I paid.
No,
to see
Todd McFarlane has too much money.
Well, I mean, what were we 15?
A lot of people I remember
When this
were
came
talking,
out?
is like the person said in the chat there. You know, the soundtrack was talked about.
Oh,
probably
yeah.
more
Oh, yeah.
favorably than the movie. You know, it was like the age of the killer soundtrack. So I think The
Yep.
Crow had came out, then Spawn.
Oh,
You
that
know,
was a
it's
good
like
one, yeah.
those soundtracks are incredible.
Well, they had Marilyn Manson on there. I know they had was
Trip
Slipknot
Like
on
I
there?
Do?
No, that was before Slipknot came out. Slipknot came out in 99. But yeah, no, it was
Filter had a track on there.
Mhm.
9 Inch
Yeah, and there
Nails,
was like
maybe.
bands and like DJs or something, right? Wasn't it like Crystal Method would be paired up with I don't know if it
Oh.
was Filter or
You're right. Yeah, I forgot about that. I owned that soundtrack when it first came out. I actually thought it was pretty badass. But then
I
again,
stole that soundtrack.
snuck into the movie, stole
Yeah.
the soundtrack. I'm liking it, man.
Yep.
It was
Deviant.
a little more dangerous of a life than I lived at the time.
Yes,
so
it was rough in the burbs. Like, goddamn.
I grew up
taxes.
in the country, so
Mm.
yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is going on? People that knew Spawn, they were fine with it because they understood the character. But for me, it was like the story got all convoluted. But like, you know, but I mean, people love it. It was a
Sean, what does that remind you of that the story got all convoluted in Spawn?
The current run?
The current run. Exactly. As soon as he said that, I
Yeah.
was like, it's almost exactly what's happening in the current run of the books. Great, you know, art and all that stuff, but the story is starting to get really just convoluted.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, but I mean, did he forget that fucking John Leguizamo was the fucking clown? Like, he's like acting like the movie was all great except for all these other special effects. The clown was fucking a joke, dude.
You didn't like John? You didn't
John
like the clown?
Leguizamo's voice is so fucking annoying.
It is now. I will say
I
that.
want
Back then, not so much for me.
No, even back
Nowadays-
then, I was like, look, and I'm not a John Leguizamo hater. I think his best movie was Romeo and Juliet. I think he did a tremendous
Yeah.
job in there playing a gangbanger, Mexican gangbanger.
Yeah,
You know,
Gente. Mhm.
which he does not like. He does not like being casted as a hoodlum or any of these things. He thinks everything's a stereotype. Everyone's working against the Mexican, the Latino.
I know how it goes. Yep.
Yeah, so you know he's boo-hoo, fuck him. But
But
he
he
was
likes
great
their
as
paycheck.
he was great as a gangbanger in Romeo and Juliet.
Well, that was Shakespeare. That's that's some real street credit.
that's the 90s, the 90s version of
Mhm.
Shakespeare, where it was
The only version of Shakespeare.
That's
Not
true.
other terms. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true. Mega Man says the only problem was the special effects looked terrible. Yeah, it was pretty bad. And we're going to talk about that here in a second. Let me finish this out real quick.
I think it was a thing for its time, but unfortunately, I saw a version of it that made you care about it.
I understand, but I cared
Yeah.
about the one that I saw.
Mm.
And I felt like I don't understand how Spawn sort of escaped the zeitgeist. You don't ever hear about Spawn anymore.
Yeah, that movie
You
you,
know what I
did,
mean? Like,
no
yeah.
one ever talks about it. How does that make you feel?
The biggest movie ever.
Just dogging straight to his face.
Yeah.
He must be high for this. Yeah, those are some pretty bad questions. But don't you? I mean, he's got a point though as far as the zeitgeist. You remember when that came out, John? Like it was, the darker version of superheroes. For most of us, we were getting to the age of, gravitating more to that. I was actually probably disappointed the movie wasn't R, especially after the HBO cartoon and everything, which I think came before this, right? Or was the HBO cartoon after this? I'm mixing up my
It
years.
was after the movie.
So it's after the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
I'm
so-
pretty
Same year.
damn sure about that.
Same year. That came out in that. They both came out in '97.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. But still, I mean, they had an opportunity, I think, to have started a brand new franchise if they had nailed this movie correctly. And it's not so much that the movie was bad per se, as far as the story went. It was an okay adaptation for the story at the time, but it was the special effects and everything, like Mega Man was saying, that they put into this. I remember going and watching it for the first time, being so disappointed at the cheesiness of the special effects, or they weren't finished or something. Sean, what would you say? What did you say? You keep telling me about the Malbolgia.
Oh, so yeah, the Malbolgia, like they originally had a puppet that they were going to use, but they're like, no, let's do special effects. That was originally the werewolf from American Werewolf in Paris, just kind of retweaked and reworked. So if you look at that, you're like, why does that look like a dog? Well, because it was the American Werewolf in Paris's werewolves.
Yeah, I'll try to find a picture of the actual like the puppet they were going to use from Malbolgia, which would have been actually probably better for that time to
That was
work
cool.
some,
It had a gut and everything.
yeah, work some puppetry into it. You know,
Yeah.
some practical effects instead of all the special effects. Now, all the special effects weren't bad, but that Malbolgia was pretty bad.
The cape sucked, but yeah, Malbolgia and the cape sucked.
Sheldon says Martin Sheen and the chick that showed her jugs in Return of the Living Dead 3 were in Spawn too. John, you remember Return of the Living Dead 3?
3, where the girl puts all that fucking
yeah,
metal through her. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Hot as
Melinda
hell.
Clark?
And she showed her tits and I was like, yeah, that was my.
Was that Melinda Clark?
I can't remember her name, but she played Priest.
Priest?
in-
Yeah, Melinda Clark.
Yeah,
That's
in Spawn.
the one of the chicks from the OC.
Yeah, she played the slutty mom of one of
Yeah,
the
she did a great
characters.
job. Mhm.
Yeah, no, yeah, I was in love with her for a little bit when I was a teenager. That's for sure.
All these superhero films, all these different things, but Spawn was unique and it was really good and dark. And
Yeah, I always said if they did another one, you should do it just like the comic book. Make it hard R. Or
Hard
You
R.
catch that, John?
Woo! He said make it hard R every Wednesday.
non-rated.
Every Wednesday at 11 p.m. John's channel or Shane's channel. Everybody, check it out.
Yeah.
Great show.
Because I mean, like to do a Spawn PG, like how we did PG-13.
yeah,
It's like, what do you want? You trying to go for breakfast cereal like Spawn-O's or something? Like, come on, man, let's go hard like the cartoon.
shit.
right?
see if we can find a clip from Spawn. Because it's,
I think they're going to
feel
show
like
that clip
no
here
one
in this clip
talks
here,
about
John.
it anymore.
Oh,
Keep an
is
eye
this
out
the
for it.
balcony
Weird.
scene?
Damn sure
Yeah, I think they're
talk
going to
me
show it
about
here. If
All
I
right,
remember
because I
correctly.
pulled it
Bro,
up.
it was
If
good.
not-
Oh, actually, if you pulled it up, I'll just bring that up here in a second because this is just like these tiny little clips here. I got to kill the chat because that's going to block it.
Yeah, Joe Rogan has rose tinted glasses on, you know, of the past. He hasn't watched this movie probably since the first time he watched it. And when he watched it the first time, he was probably high as a kite.
That's what I was going to say. It's probably been a long time because I tried watching this probably about 10 years ago. It didn't hold up. I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, no, it's not how I remembered it. Now it's ruined.
What year was this?
97.
Wow.
Yeah.
They were fucking great, man.
Now stay sharp. The night is young.
There's
Hey,
your
this
guy.
movie that no one remembers was fucking great, man.
enemy. Justice has a new weapon.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Yeah.
Has a new.
Yeah, I'll pull your clip up here in a second. We can
so
get into
trash.
that.
The memory.
Do you think Joe Rogan
Bro,
was
that
really
was
a
a
fan of the
fucking
movie,
great
or was he
movie,
just
man.
trying to?
No, I think he
Yeah,
he
that
probably
was-
saw it once in 97 and he was high as a kite. He said, "Man, this is great, dude." Yeah, no, that's and he's just going off of, you know, memory of a stoner.
Is he giving the pass right now? Hard R? He might be. You never know. The hard R, yeah. Sean, you want to take over the chat for me real quick?
Yeah, I just want to say what's up to our guy D-Wag. Bow, baby,
Hey,
bow. How you
bow.
doing? Hope all is well.
Good to see you, brother.
It was a great movie. How many did you guys do?
One.
Just one.
Just one.
There was nothing.
He's such a big fan. He's like, how
He
many
doesn't
movies
know
did you
how
guys
many
do?
Yeah.
He's like, just one.
Else? Wasn't there something else like
there
a
was
series?
It was a cartoon first.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
was it first?
Comic book. Then it
So
was a
that's why I
cartoon
thought it
on,
was first because
HBO.
he said it. I couldn't honestly
that's
remember.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it
Keith David was the voice of Spawn on that one.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep. And so yeah,
But that was a big hit.
I think so.
I wasn't there for it.
He's like, that was a big hit, Mike Joe. He's like,
May
I
16th,
think so.
1997 is when the animation premiered.
Okay.
Okay, then Spawn was a that a
So
summer
May of
movie?
97, Spawn movie release date was August of 97.
Oh, okay,
Pretty close.
no, he was correct. All right,
it made its money
successful.
back. Yeah,
It
I
made
mean,
its
I
money
remember
back.
it was very popular. Like everybody was talking about it. People got excited about it, especially people like me that like the comic books.
Right.
They were very into it.
He's
I was
like
always
Rogan always says he likes comic books, and I'm never
He
sure
wanted to
that
be
he
an
ever does
artist.
like comic books.
Well, he said he wanted to be a comic book artist in his days of living in Jersey. Shout out to Dirty. So
Oh,
I
there
don't
you go.
know. Like, you never know. Oh, we got super chat. We got super chat. We got money.
Oh, hold on a second.
There's a super chat, motherfucker. There's a super.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. D-Wag for $2 says, big ups, homies. Thank you, brother.
Up to you, baby.
Appreciate you, my friend. There we go.
Dumpster
But
life.
it's weird to me that even the comic book Spawn doesn't get brought up anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Well, now, see,
every now and then, like,
He keeps
That's what-
complimenting him by telling him how many people have forgotten his best work.
He's like, dude, you were great, but nobody remembers. And let me tell you over and over again.
Yeah, even
So,
the comic that
you
your
remember.
movie was based on, people have forgot. You know, it's like it meant nothing culturally, is what Joe Rogan is wanting to get through to Michael Jai White. Now, here's the thing that you may not be considering, but I do.
Okay.
Michael Jai White is a martial artist.
Mhm.
And by all accounts that I've ever heard, I don't know anything about martial arts, but from what I hear is, he's pretty good.
That's
He's
what I've
pretty
heard.
good at his martial arts.
Oh yeah,
Never
he's
seen
a
him fight.
killer.
Joe Rogan is what I would call a failed martial artist. Coward, if you will. A coward martial artist. And he probably has some low-level, deep-seated jealousy, hatred for this guy. In that he was a fighter. Now think of where Joe Rogan was back in '97. Maybe he was doing that fucking Fear Factor.
Newsroom?
Maybe he was
Yeah, he
doing
was definitely
that
doing-
TV
well,
show.
Yeah, he
You know
was
what I
doing
mean?
Fear Factor in early 2000s. Yeah, he might have been a stand-up comedy.
Well,
during
he
this
was
time,
on
yeah.
that one show with what's his name?
Newsroom.
Dude from Kids in the Hall.
Was it Newsroom?
Newsroom? When did that
Maybe.
start? Anyways,
Maybe.
Joe Rogan is a not so famous comedian at this time.
Yeah.
Not so famous fighter. He doesn't have the USC stuff going on. If it does, he's working basically for free, and then he sees this fighter, this guy, this black man, rising up through the ranks past the fight scene, gets out of the fight scene, starring in major motion pictures. And where's Joe Rogan at? Flipping burgers somewhere. At Radio Shack. Flipping burgers at Radio Shack.
That's a great point. I
So
think he just
at that time, he probably had a little bit of resentment for Michael Jai White in that he was able to do what Joe Rogan wanted to do, and many other fighters, I'm sure, which was transition into an acting thing and maybe be a big action star one day. Joe Rogan could have done that. They just never gave him a shot.
that's true. That is true. Well, I mean, could
So,
Joe Rogan have done that?
So 30 years later, he's got a sit-down interview. This guy can't run away. He's got him for 2 hours. So what's he going to do? He's going to talk. He's going to bring up Spawn, and he's going to let this guy know. Nobody remembers your movie. Nobody remembers the comic that it was based on. People barely remember the cartoon. And you were in that. How does that make you feel? So he's doing that over and over to this guy. He's beating him up, and the guy is too dumb to even be aware that he's being beat up on.
Yeah, some passive aggressive shit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe Michael Jai White is just too polite. He's like, all right, I see what you're doing, but I'm professional.
Nah,
you
these
know?
guys all get punched in the
Yeah.
head. They don't know what the fuck is going on.
He's
That's a
like,
good
I'm
point.
gonna knock this cracker out.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Like I'm off doing a movie, whatever. I drive by comic book stores. I go and I just start signing shit, right? The Spawn stuff. So there's still stuff there.
Wait, he just walks up to random comic book stores and just walks in there just sign. Nobody knows who he is, but he just
Yeah.
grabs a comic book and he just starts signing them. It's like, here you go, kid. And it's like, who are you? It doesn't matter. I'm
We
Michael
had
Jai
this
White.
guy defaming our property. Please call the cops.
Oh yeah,
You
there's
know,
always gonna be a hardcore fan base.
Yeah. So I mean, there's people like there's still hardcore about that. And then Todd McFarlane
Here we go.
has talked about doing another Spawn for the last 25.
The way he said he's got that frustration just the same as we do, Sean. We're just like he's talked about doing it. Like
It's like 06.
The time
Yeah.
has passed. You know what? What should have
Yeah.
happened is Todd McFarlane and Michael J. White, if they really believed in what they were doing and doing a sequel, they should have put all their energies forward in doing it. But this
I
guy
agree.
is an actor, so he don't do nothing. He waits for that paycheck to come to him. He ain't gonna go out there and hustle. Todd McFarlane was too busy hustling on his toys. Your movie got left behind, buddy.
It's true.
Got left behind.
Well-
20 years ago, that sequel should have came out. 30 years ago, that I don't know what 20.
It should have, yeah.
20 years ago, there should have been a sequel. 26 years ago, 2000, should have been Spawn 2.
Yep, I was gonna say by 2000 there should have been a Spawn 2 in some fashion. They should have put.
But you
another
guys
one
sat
out.
on your duffs. That's what you did for 20 years. You sat on your duffs. You're too old now, Michael Jai White. We wouldn't even cast you. You're going
How
to
old
be
is he
AI.
now? 50s maybe.
This guy? Probably.
Yeah, it looks like he's still. He could still
Probably
go a
60,
little bit.
man. Black don't crack.
That's a
This
great
guy's
point.
probably in his 60s.
That is a great point.
Years.
It would be huge.
But the weird thing is like, okay, I wish you all the best of luck, bro.
Do you?
But
Talking about Todd.
you created the comic book.
58.
When he's talking about doing,
Okay, he's a little older than I thought. Not in the 60s yet, but yeah, it's. I mean, well, if Hugh Jackman can go out there and still get ripped and be Wolverine, this guy could go one more round as Spawn. They wanted to cast Jamie Foxx, and I was just. I mean, Jamie
No.
Foxx is in his like mid
He's annoying.
50s.
I think you need an unknown. I think
A
that's
younger
what Spawn
unknown.
really needs. And Michael Jai White was kind of an unknown,
At the
but how
time.
about somebody that can actually act?
Wow, yeah.
You know? I mean, there's one
That's
scene
true.
in there, it bugged the hell out of me. Like he does like the fucking Home Alone, like yes, or kind of type thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what are you yesing about? This is horror.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
fucking Kevin, what is it, Kevin McAllister?
McAllister?
Kevin McAllister, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I do remember that.
Yes.
I can't remember what point it was in there, but he does a couple. He also did that one when he's on the roof or on the side of the building, and his hand turns into like that octopus or whatever, and he's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that was kind of out of
Yeah.
place.
Powers of a demon are awesome.
Yeah.
another Spawn. I'm like, you haven't done a first one.
Like the comic book.
No, he's not a director. Like it's just like Stan Lee hasn't directed a Marvel movie.
Right.
He's dead.
And,
Well, yeah,
and Tom
that'd be why.
McFarlane is talking about doing another Spawn, but
Hold up.
I'm
Hold
like-
up.
Yeah.
That's not exactly true. Todd
Todd's a
McFarlane
director.
has been credited as a director. He directed one of Korn's biggest videos.
Yeah.
And
of
Pearl Jam
all time. Was it Freak on a
won
Leash? or something?
Grammys.
Yeah, he did
Yeah,
that Evolution Baby. Like he
Mhm.
has directed music videos, which
Yeah.
is normally, or not normally, but has been a stepping stone for people like I believe it was Zack Snyder came out of music videos. So you do music
Michael
videos
Bay.
first, then you jump into big screen. So Todd has actually gone the proper path
Yeah.
to be a film director. He's got 2 hit music videos under his belt, which means he knows how to tell people where to stand, where to place the cameras, how to get the sound. Like he knows how to direct, and that's one requirement. So yeah, he is a qualified, I would say, director.
I'm glad you caught that because I was going to bring that up as well because I knew that Todd did some music videos. And honestly, if you wanted to direct, all you would have to do is maybe go get a seasoned director to help you out, like Robert Rodriguez did with Frank Miller in Sin City.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a highly skilled director going down and then helping Frank Miller along
true.
the way.
Yeah,
Whereas Todd may or may not be a highly skilled director. So what? Steven Spielberg gonna come on for free and be like, "No, Todd, this is what you should do." Yeah, I don't think that's
get
gonna
Robert
happen.
Rodriguez. He's
Now
got
you have the kids come out of the corner with flashlights and they'll be magical.
And also Frank Miller when he directed that what was it Spirit movie. I can't get through the first
forgot about that.
10 minutes of that.
Yeah, that wasn't that
that's a
good.
great flick. So many hot broads.
Hot chicks.
Yeah, man.
The movie.
I mean, it's not like The Godfather, but there's hot chicks.
And there's something about black and white movies that is lost. I don't know. It's in that, maybe it's in the digital. I don't know. But like when you look at that Spider-Man Noir, I got the same feeling like that, Sin City did a pretty good job.
That was good.
But the Spirit one, like if you're not doing it just fucking right, it looks fake. It looks fake.
No, I
And
get what you're saying on that.
That's how that Spider-Man Noir trailer looks. Watch it in black and white. It looks like somebody AI'd this whole thing together. So I don't know if there's a filter you can use to bring us back to like the good old days of black and white. There's got to be some way to do it. Maybe you got to intentionally lower the quality. I don't know, man. But you watch a good old black and white movie, it's good to look at. It doesn't look fake, but modern black and white, it looks fake.
No, I agree with you on that. Yeah, probably maybe change the frame rate a little bit might help. Maybe a little bit of filter on it. But I get what you're saying. It's almost too clear, too perfect for black and white, and it looks off.
I would actually make an argument saying these guys doing these black and white should actually degrade or whatever it is you have to do to the finished black and white version. You can still have that color version off to the side and release that, but do something different. Don't just turn the color down. I did that with Dune, by the way. The Dune movie, the new movie, the newer movie. Yeah, I turned the color all the way down on my TV. I was posting about it on Twitter when I did it. And I was like, "Hey, this actually looks pretty fucking good."
Yeah, I guess when you naturally take the color out as opposed to how they film it, that probably does look a lot better. All right, let me wrap this up. What I like here, he says about Todd one thing I've always called about Todd with when he started talking about doing Spawn, when he made his big announcement at San Diego Comic-Con like 2017 or whatever it was. And he started talking about like this new movie he was going to do. Blumhouse picked it up and then he was going to direct it and he had ideas for it. I thought the ideas sucked so bad. And Jay White's going to talk about it.
One second.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing anybody on the bus. But a guy that me and John are pals with read this script and he's like, it was awful.
There was an actual script for it?
There's been many scripts.
Oh, no shit.
One that Todd had done maybe like early 2010s, maybe even earlier than that. A buddy of ours read. He's like, "Yeah, this is not very good." It's like, I'll take your word for it.
For the idea, yeah, I could see it. Let's see what it says.
First time a person that created a comic book directed and produced a movie that I know of, right? Because even though he talks about he's going to do one, and he had this concept that he talked to me about, and then he said he wanted to, I guess he wanted to use Jamie Foxx. He talked about this concept that Spawn would be, you wouldn't see him, and it's like
he's bitter that he got recast.
Yeah, he's like he was going to use.
Well, you haven't done anything, dude. You should have been out there pushing for this movie 25 years ago. Fucking sat on your fucking ass waiting for the white man to pull it all together for you. Now you're here complaining that 25 years have gone by and you got to recast.
Hey, black may not crack, but black will talk that smack.
Oh,
hashtag that.
Yeah. There you go.
But just people will get fucked up. All of a sudden, they're like a mist would come in. People are destroyed. I'm like, good luck with that. I don't know, but he's been talking about it for a while, and people say, "Oh man, I'm sad that you're not the next Spawn, that they're using Jamie." I'm like, when is it going to happen? He's been saying that for a long time, but I'm going.
I was just going to say,
and shit talking.
Thank you. I was about to say he seems a little bitter about that, but he brought up an interesting point there that I wanted to bring up. When Todd first talked about doing a Spawn 2, he's like, I want to do something that is not the norm. He's like, I want Spawn to be like this ghostly character where it just shows up a few times in the movie. We'll use them like Jaws, like Spielberg used Jaws and Jaws. It'll just kind of show up and it'll do stuff, but the movie's gonna be centered around like Sam and Twitch or something, or the humans aspect of it. And I was like, man, that's such a horrible idea.
He wanted the Ring. That's what he said in past interviews. He's like, yeah, I want it to be like the Ring, like that meets Jaws. I'm like,
you gotta get that balance between horror and superhero. And I think it can be done. I don't know, maybe the cape moving around somewhere. I don't know, man. I'd love to see what people will do with AI in the next couple of years with Spawn fan films.
John, you can do the horror and the superhero. It was called The Guyver, and it was actually done fairly decently.
Shot The Guyver.
Yeah.
You remember The Guyver?
Yeah. Mark Hamill.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. The Guyver 2 was a lot lower budget, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, a lot better.
All right, what do you got here, John? This is the scene we're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let me back it up just here so you can see what's going on in the situation. Oh, look, there's John Leguizamo. All right. Watch him shoot
Now that was cool. I like that.
What's that?
The mask part was cool. I remember. When I
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
that in
it's
the theater,
cool.
I was
Looks like he's
"That's cool."
armoring up. Makes
Yeah, that
sense.
was
These
cool.
guys are coming around. They're all shooting at him. Now that's cool. Now, you know what I would have liked to have seen right here that we don't actually see? I don't think we see it. Hold on. Yeah. So he fires those rounds off, and we get the kind of reaction shot. And I guess we have to assume that he missed on every shot, which was the one cool kill shot there. Because he stands up and he's blasting away, but nobody falls back. You know, it should be like, you know, like fucking blood should be splattering. I guess that's the PG-13.
I was
should
gonna
get
say
blood splattering all over the back walls.
There is an unrated version of this film where I think they show a little bit more violence, but not enough. You know, like I guess that was the R-rated version that they had to trim out of it. You know, 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch this backflip now. He just jumped from there. We know nothing's over there. He's just blasting away. Hey, let me shoot that fucking lamp on my way down. Completely useless. Now, if they would have put one fucking guy back there and he goes, oh, you know,
yeah,
he's getting blown away, you'd be like, damn, that's kind of fucking cool. Nobody's there. It's terrible. Anyways, that's
as a kid,
that's why none of you should like Spawn. By the way, that and John Leguizamo. You've convinced yourself over the years that John Leguizamo did a great job. He did not. He did not.
At the time, I liked it. At the time, again, like I said, I watched it not too long ago. It didn't hold up. At the time when I was in the theater, I was getting a hand job by my girlfriend. I was watching. It was a great movie. I was like, this is an awesome experience. So
how's the hand job?
We were all biased. I wasn't so biased, but most of us were biased because we're like, hey, a Spawn movie. Yeah, I waited 5 years for this.
So did Joe.
That's exactly that's exactly what it was. I liked it just because it was Spawn. I tricked myself into thinking it was a really good movie. I did that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You
watch it with the eyes of a child. The eyes of a child, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah. Mikey said, I like Spawn for the arts. I'd rather see a cool animation than live action. We talked about that before in the Spawn review. I'd much rather see them do another adult animated movie or series and really dive into the lore of Spawn, because it's a really good lore. It's a really good story if you jump into it and do it correctly. I mean, there's so much awesome stuff going back to the beginning. I mean, it's a love story when you break it down. It's the age old, you sell your soul to come back to do whatever. And in this case, this was for his wife. And then you fight the devil. Then you're fighting it. It's kind of like Ghost Rider. You know, Spawn was always kind of like Ghost Rider meets Batman. You know, I would say probably influence there. But I saw that. I thought that was interesting because he touched on a few things. I'm just like speaking my language right there. Like, if you're going to make Spawn, Todd, first of all, do it, but make it like it should be made. Make it dark. But, you know,
I don't think we have to rely on Todd at this point. Again, AI is going to do it. We're going to get everything we ever wanted. You guys see that fucking? I wish I had this for Hard Art the other night. I didn't see it till after the show.
I know
stuff. Did you guys see this Transformers thing that I posted?
Yeah,
today?
bring it up. That did look pretty good. I saw another one too of Terminator versus the Predator that was pretty good. And I have a stance on AI. John and I talked about it the other night, but I will say for like action scenes and special effects, I'm all about putting AI in stuff. Yeah, Joe had to get it violated to make it through Spawn. It was a good violation though, except for the creepy dude that was like three rows up and to the right of us.
Whispering in your ear.
He knew what was going on. I swear he just, you know,
and he's playing along too.
I was 15 years old. He's just like watching us and like, oh, okay.
Tag me in.
He's like, I'm next. I'm like, no, okay. Sorry. The Transformers more than meets the AI. More than meets
every
AI.
guy's like, it's over for Hollywood. It's already dead. You know, it's just like standing there and doesn't know that it's dead. Like, it's dead. Like, that's what I said. I'm like, we are like in that great leap and we don't even realize it right now. We're in it. We're watching it happen in real time. That great leap where cinema is being completely evaporated before our eyes with AI. This is what some guy made, you know, probably in his fucking basement for nothing, a series of prompts. Maybe he's got some editing software or whatever, you know, less than $1,000. let's say,
yeah.
you know, equipment. And he fucking did this. Now, he's not trying to like recreate the fucking Dinobots. He said, oh, I'm going to make them look like they did in the cartoon, but a little bit better, which is how the Transformers movies always should have been.
Right.
Anyway, so this is what, so we don't have to wait for, we don't have to sit here and beg Hollywood, please make the movie how we want the movie to be made. Everyone's going to make their own fucking movie. 5 years, you're going to get anything you want. If they don't instantly have that ready for you, you will make it that evening while banging your wife.
All right. I like that. You sold me. Let's go.
Now, again, think of it this way, right? Like, you don't even have to think of it like as cinema. You guys remember fucking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
Yeah.
What if you had this level of graphic for that fucking show?
Yeah, it would have been.
You would
that
say,
would've been amazing.
holy shit, these graphics are off the hook. That's
Yeah.
what you'd be saying. Oh, shit. Now, and then you compare it to the absolute best of Hollywood. And the scary thing is it's fucking close, guys.
It's pretty damn close.
It's
Yeah,
real
I agree.
fucking close.
I agree. Nice.
That's all we want.
Yep.
So you're right here. I would say for Impact, we just saw, which is a shortcoming of filmmakers, right? Like,
Yeah.
it should have moved into the Dinobots transform. It should have happened a lot quicker. We had like 30 seconds of watching that Triceratops kind of fumble around, run. Like, are you gonna transform? You know what I mean? Like, that's where at this point, that's where the human comes in and says we got to trim out 10 seconds there and just get to the transforming.
See, John, when you and I had our conversation on Sunday about the whole thing, if a filmmaker that knows how to make films, shots, and all that kind of stuff has all that wealth of knowledge, starts utilizing AI to make movies, and they bring that to the AI to improve it and have the AI improve that, then I'm a little bit more on board with that, as opposed to just everybody jump in here and just put anything out there, because you at least still have the art form of someone that knows what they're doing and still developing that with the technology of the day. So you convinced me on that.
I think people, at least right now, are going to gravitate more towards something that's got a human touch to it. 20 years from now, 30 years from now, I think it's going to be hard to tell what was done by a human and what was done by an AI, and they're all going to look 100% real.
Oh, that's a fact.
100% real. So unless you're deep diving, and at that point, your grandkids, or your great grandkids, they could probably give a fuck less if it was created by AI, other than if it was created by their AI. Like, oh, I'm 8 years old and I want to make a fucking. They wouldn't want to make a Pokemon live action. They're going to type in a story. This is what I want to happen. Just like us when we were kids and we're playing with Batman toys or whatever. We're making up little stories, and but they can do it. Type it into a computer, and it shoots it out, and it looks fucking real. Like their imagination just came to life.
Yeah, that's a great point.
That's exciting.
Yeah, a little faster on the transforming would have been good, but solid.
Combine volcanics attack.
There you go. Oh, dude.
What?
All right. Anyways, then they formed. I don't remember them forming were Dinobots ever combiners? Did they?
No, that's new. That's new from the third party toys like Japanese and Chinese companies that don't have the license, they're like, let's make this thing look dumb as a Transformer, Power Ranger. So yeah, no, it was them, not us.
I will say that you know, because AI pulls from things that you know previously existed. If it wasn't for Michael Bay doing those small, intricate little shots of the transforming, we probably wouldn't have these little things going in here.
I was just going to say that too. I mean, you can definitely see that it pulled it through that kind of stuff, which is how do you think we have enough stuff through cinema history, John, where AI has enough to sample going forward? Because what happens when they don't have anything to sample from? Do they sample from what they've done or what it's done? I say they.
Well,
like,
they're always going to have something to sample. We're not going to. Humans aren't going to stop making film, even small independent films. You know, they're still going to do it.
Yeah, true.
So, yeah, AI is just like any other person, man. It's going to pull from all these other sources to create something. You know, I don't know. Do we get? I don't know, because I remember when I feel like the Matrix was that Matrix. Maybe Inception was like the last really good idea. You know, like
that,
Inception
was a good
came out, I was
movie.
like, oh, that's a pretty clever little thing. Matrix was clever, you know, but most movies aren't really that clever. Most I said this is why I write, because most comic books suck. Yeah, like just suck balls, and I'm like, wait, I can write that. I can, I don't have to hire people to write this stuff. I can write this stuff, and maybe I can do a little better. So, you know, here I am. Look at me now. Three years in a row, top best-selling, or what is it? What is that my credit? I don't know. Writer favorite. I don't know what the fuck I am on that Warlock stuff.
Yeah, writer
God level 3. Who else? Beating Mike Barron. You know what I mean? Come on, guys.
That's true.
You gotta, you know, AI is going to be able to figure it all out. But yeah, you still have to, on the human level right now, know what is exciting, know where to cut. You know, AI hasn't quite figured that out. You know, editing is actually a woman's specialty. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, like the best Tarantino movies were cut by a woman.
I know he worked with us. Yeah, and I know he worked with a woman that did that. But like Robert Rodriguez cuts his own movies, I believe. And I think Peter Jackson did the editing.
Yeah, homosexuals. Sure. No, like even back in the day, like editing would be like they just handed it off to women because dudes didn't want to do it. You know, go cut these things together. So women go out there and start cutting this shit together.
Oh,
you know,
something they're good at. I like that.
Yeah,
let's get them.
Things that involve cutting, like knives, kitchenware, utensils. They're good with.
That's why they're so into the murder mysteries. I mean, they can work with sharp objects and pretend like they're, you know, living these fantasies that they are, like Candace Owens.
No, I love editing, man, and like just like I love lettering, these stupid, retarded fucking things that nobody should really care about. But you know, they in editing, you know, film, it does make the difference. 1 second, half a second can make a difference in how something is pulled together. Black Riding Hood 2, Black Knight, White Devils, guys. Black Kid in the Hood fighting vampires, werewolves, you know, alongside his dad. So they're going to be all out ghetto action here. As Darius, the young 12-year-old strapped, you know, werewolf killer, teams up with the Ku Klux Klan to fight these vampires. Guys, get in on this action.
Yeah, grab it. Get Ethan Van Sciver's cover. You got the Shane Davis cover. Obviously, you got one of my favorite covers that I've seen John do. I think this is just, I love it so much. Like, this is badass. You can also grab Black Riding Hood 1 if you guys missed that. So jump on that. Mods, if you're in there, which I see a bunch of mods, please drop this link in the chat for me if you could. Appreciate it. You got 20 days to go to grab this. Are you doing another 30 after this, or this is it?
No, this is actually the second 30.
Okay, so this is, all right, we're not doing any more. All right. Yeah, so jump on it, guys. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. It's
this is it.
The Writer of the Year, 3 years running book.
Thank you. You said that so much easier than I did. Writer of the Year, 3 years running, guys. 3 years in a row. Have not been topped yet.
Third of a decade.
Yeah. Get on out there. Check it out. See what the noise is about.
Get on it. I want to segue into, we got a little bit left in the show here. Where the fuck did it go? Oh, there it is. So if you guys follow this channel, by the way, for a lot of new people that are jumping into the chat, because John's here, appreciate you guys being here. Shout out to the chat. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Help us grow this channel if you can. We are trying to build the channel, get some new content on here. Entertaining stuff like this is where we're going in the future. But if you guys have followed us previously, you know that Sean and I are big into comics, comic book art. Specifically, the 90s is where we came up as teenagers. We have a lot of respect for the comics in the 90s. So there was I don't know who the Shine Comics guy is, but he's been popping up. I've been seeing his name around. And this has nothing to do with him personally, but he had posted, what was his original post? He posted this thing where he a lot of people like to dog on the 90s because of the amount of comic books you can find now in the 25-cent bin, like it's some big dunk or whatever. Like if you didn't experience the 90s, then you have no idea like how exciting it was. But he says here, Shine Comics says, it will never be not funny that motherfuckers were originally or ordering Wildcats in the thousands thinking that it would become valuable and pay off their mortgages. Just hundreds of them. I just found hundreds of them in the 25-cent bin. And I found
just call us motherfuckers.
He called us motherfuckers, which I was a little offended by that, but it's not like I haven't, well, no, let's see, grandmas maybe. There's a couple grandmas in there during the band days.
All right.
So I'm sure it's been out there. Anyway, he says, now I don't care for a lot of the 90s or the Image 90s stuff. And this is what really got me. You guys know how big of an Image fan I am. I like the 90s. I like Image. But he says, really the worst era of comics, in my opinion. Now, John, I know you're a big 90s guy like me and Sean. Yeah. We can admit that there were bad stories written in the 90s, just like in any era. Look at our current era of comics. But the obsession with people dunking on the 90s, I don't get, especially younger people that weren't there to experience it. What do you think it is where people just like to look back at the 90s? One of the best decades for prosperity when it comes to money brought in, characters being created, excitement all around. Why do you think that is the decade that people dunk on, in your opinion?
They hate them because they ain't them. I mean, like, I think of the 90s as like the platinum age. You got the gold, silver age, you get the platinum age. Yeah, that was when money was being made. Artists were actually becoming celebrities, some more so than others, which brought out a lot of jealousy, resentment, bitterness out of almost everyone else that wasn't Image founder. So we've been dealing with that backlash for, I don't know, 26, 30 years, about 95, 96, when everything started kind of slumping down, I guess. We've been dealing with that for all of us 90s fans. But yeah, I mean, I don't really care to like sit here. I don't know who this Shine guy is. I don't either value his opinion on anything. I guess I'd like to know what is his favorite time in comics. Is he going to cherry pick a handful of books? Oh, we can cherry pick handfuls of books. That's fine.
Brian Michael Bendis book drawn by Greg Land.
I was going to say, like, that's the thing. Like, people always like to dog on the stores or whatever, but you can cherry pick all you want. Every single era, you can pick out bad books. But if these people are looking at the current era, and I can only think, and I don't know about this kid, and I'm not trying to dunk on him and start anything with him. I guess he was on Trashcast with Ethan. I don't know anything about him. I just happen to see stuff that pops up on my feed, and if I feel like commenting on it, especially when it comes to like 90s stuff, I definitely will, because I like to defend 90s because I was there. I experienced it as a fan. I saw the excitement. I saw the money pouring in. I saw these superstar artists rise and just bring comics to prominence, where it was like you didn't tell people about comics when you were younger in the 80s or 70s. It was an uncool thing, but in the 90s comics became cool, and all of a sudden you were it was something.
Rob Liefeld was doing Button Your Fly, Levi's commercials. Again, brought up a lot of jealousy, resentment, bitterness. People hate Rob to this day because he was so popular and they weren't. It hurts them. It makes them cry when they go to bed. 30 years later, still crying.
Shane is like, what? Okay.
But also take every generation launches that next generation. I don't know, I feel like comics overall have stagnated, but you don't get Steve McNiven without the 90s. You don't get Robert Kirkman without the 90s. You like Walking Dead doesn't exist without the 90s. So all all those artists who are still in the industry and still holding up this industry either came from directly the 90s or were influenced by the 90s. Top guys.
There is no superstar artist outside of the 90s that is holding up the industry right now. And I'm not saying there aren't good artists that came after the 90s, but there are no superstars that we experienced in the 90s. And I'm not talking about just one or two. I'm talking about like 5 to 10 superstar artists, maybe even more than
legends were born in the 90s. Travis Ray, absolute legend.
Preach.
Image
Image Comics,
entire decade. Image Comics being one of the most important things to the industry in itself at the time. People like to dog Image for whatever reason. I get it. I think it was a great idea when it started. If they kept the shared universe going forward, I think it could have been a little bit better than it became. But Image single-handedly forced the rest of the industry to step their game up. I was having a conversation in this thread. I'm not going to go through the entire thing, but somebody was trying to come at me and just dog on 90s for like all these bad things that happened. And he pointed out, he's like, the death of Superman and Batman's back being broken were like his example of how the 90s were a grift and bad storytelling. I'm like, those two things rejuvenated those titles.
Today, Teddy.
Yeah. Today, Junior. But they rejuvenated those titles that were flailing. Nobody was really reading those books until you killed Superman. Until you
I bought Death of Superman. Yeah. I was like,
yeah,
oh, shit.
That was all about it.
I wasn't reading any of that stuff. I was like, oh, Death of Superman. Let me get that.
Yeah, I could have cared less about any of those books. One, because I was such a Marvel guy and such an Image guy that I'm like, oh, they're killing Superman. I gotta check it out. Breaking Batman's back. Now I'm on board. And it's stuff like that. Wolverine getting his adamantium ripped out. Maximum Carnage and Spider-Man. There were so many just epic, like big crossover events in the 90s that were great. But I feel like you got these writer critics out there, like everything has to be Shakespeare. And I'm like, well, what's your example? What's your example?
I mean, like even me, story was the worst. Story was the worst in the 90s. To the point that I was looking around, I don't know, 90s. I was just like, what am I gonna do? I'm like, I'm kind of getting bored with this. Todd wasn't drawing Spawn anymore. Rob was here or there, and my favorite guys were all kind of slowing down. Even Jim Ree,
Jim Ree,
but Kingdom Come came out, and I read that. And again, I'm not a big DC fan. Like, I only know surface level DC stuff. I don't pretend to know much about it. But when Kingdom Come came out, I read that and I was like, this is good. That really inspired me to be like, I gotta stick around, because I mean, like, the stories is always had, I've always been an art first guy, but it's the handful of stories that I've read where I'm like, that's good. That's what we need to be making. But it's so few and far between. When you get something like We Three, incredible. These titles, they're few and far between. Most of the stuff, the serialized superhero stuff, I get it. Like, it's a very specific genre, and of that genre, you're only going to have any handful of things that are like really successful, or really that interesting. So the writing, I think, is the worst part of the 90s, not the art. But when you look at a stack of 50 Wildcat #1s there, you know what that is? That's seed money that went to Jim Lee that allowed him to develop a studio that brought in a young Travis Charest.
Yeah.
So all these things, it's a positive thing. Oh, so you found them in a 25-cent. Who fucking cares? Buy them up.
Yeah.
Well, to me, that just shows you the excitement that was there, that so many people were buying or that were getting these copies, and there was a demand for it. I mean, what other era? Because it's like they're like, oh, there's so many of these books in the 25-cent bin. It must have been a trash era because nobody cared. Like, what other era are you going to go back and find? Because they were printing so many books, because there were so many in demand, so many reprints, second prints, third printings of these books. To me, that shows excitement. That shows success. Regardless if you want to say, yeah, we can all concede and say some of the storytelling in the 90s wasn't the greatest. It was a very experimental decade, which I think comics needed at the time, and produced some really awesome stuff like Spawn, the Max, Pit, the Darkness. Basically, I'm talking about Image stuff here, but 90s were doing it too. 90s had that forced them to do some bigger, badder stuff on their way to get the audience going. So
Yeah. I mean, you got to have, like what's popular. It's 80s music. It's glitz, it's glamour. It's cross dressing. It's party pop rock. Ultimately, and then grunge comes around. Washes that away, and it becomes darker, gloomier decade. But when you look back on that stuff, you don't get the excitement of grunge without all that glam of the 80s. You don't get one without these others. And it's like to just kind of shit on, a decade because it wasn't your thing or you didn't like that. You have to have some respect for what was going on in the 80s, to really appreciate what came out in the 90s. So, or go back further, 70s, 60s. Well, you have to at least respect it. You don't have to like it, but you got to have some respect for what they're fucking doing and what got you to where you are today.
I can sit here and have conversations with people that dog the 90s and be like, what's your era? And they'd be like, why 80s or 70s or whatever. Like, I get it. There's great stuff in the 80s, great stuff in the 70s. I respect all that, the talent that was there, the stories that were being told. That doesn't mean that the 90s were bad by any means for whatever they're ranking it. It's one of those conversations that will never die. But I see this stuff and I'm just like, I always get it. It always gets me going. I always got to talk about it. It always annoys me a little bit because of my love for what the 90s were and how that progressed comics going forward and comic book art. John, you've sat on these shows with us, appreciating comic book art live when we used to do it. And we're talking about the manga anime influence that came into the comic book art at the time that changed the way that comic books looked, the tech looked. And it just made the 90s its own just beautiful looking thing all around, just gorgeous stuff.
Yeah, I've said it many times. I think Todd McFarlane and Rob Liefeld are the best examples of American manga done right, where it doesn't look like you're just aping what they fucking do. You're not doing the pointy chin, big eye fucking. There are some big guys with Todd, but it's his own organic cartooning with some big characters on the page. They're fun to look at. There's speed lines. Look at it, Todd. All the little speed lines that you'd see in something like Akira. Todd and Rob, here they are. And look, they're doing them these nice tight lines. Art Adams, that's what they're pulling in. But they're doing it. They're doing it the correct way. What most people would consider as the correct way is like you're not just some fucking fake fucking mangaka, whatever it is, wannabe, where you look like you're just drawing the same fucking thing that 1,000 other Japanese people are out there drawing. No, Todd and Rob were doing their own fucking thing with it. And that's what's great.
When you look at the era, the art in that era, as opposed to what came after it in the 2000s, was still pretty decent. But like, let's just say current era art, where I go to the comic shop, Sean and I will go there and we'll cruise just to see what's going on. Usually there's nothing really interesting, but I look at Marvel and I look at DC and I look at a lot of art that's very similar across the board. And you skip back to the 90s, you can be like the stylization of the 90s artists. I think what made that era so great because there were so many different artists out there that gave you different things. Yeah. And you get the Jay Lees, the Sam Keefes of the world, and the Mark Texeiras that gave that really kind of dark art or whatever you want to call it. Then you had the beautiful clean lines like Jim Lee and Silvestri and all that. It was just all across the board. You had Dale Keown doing his thing. And you don't see that. That's
why
anymore.
when the Absolute Batman thing came out, the big tiny head thing, that's why I did my best not to shit on that, because I'm like, that's what we need. We need cartooning back in. Like, it may not be your thing, but this could be like the next big thing again. Like we've been doing the stiff, the realism, whatever. Like, we need to get into the exaggeration again. You look at Todd, you look at Rob. Look, like, again, just because I got it here, look how long those leg bones are.
A second.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, look at that.
These cartoon exaggerate. I wish there wasn't those black ink lines on there. But that looks so much good. It's how stupid that hatching looks on there. Anyways, that figure would look great if it just didn't have those things on there. I might have to paint it, actually, get rid of them. I've never painted an action figure in my life, but the exaggerations, it's fun, it's different. I don't mind the tiny heads. My thing is just keep it consistent. And I haven't bought any of that, but I look at it, I'm like, so how does Batman walk through a regular door? you know, because he looks
In
like
Absolute
he's 15
Batman?
feet tall and
Yeah, he's
ripped, you know,
jacked
so.
the fuck up in that book. We
Yeah, so I don't
reviewed the first
understand. Like
book.
my brain doesn't quite function with that. You know how you do that and keep a secret identity. But I haven't looked at the book. But
The interesting
that's
thing
what
about
you
that
need. Like,
book,
you
Go
got to
ahead.
bring the kids back, and kids like
Yeah.
cartoons, and kids like exaggeration. You know, when I think of, you know, the more modern guys or the Jim Lees, the people that post Hitch, where everybody started getting into more realism, more seams and whatnot, and the figures are all at their appropriate heights, and the exaggeration was just getting killed. It's like, this is okay for old people, you know,
Right.
grandpas like us. It's cool for that, but it's not cool for getting in the kids. You want to be sure the kids keep coming in. So when I see exaggerations like in that Absolute Batman, I go, good, somebody's doing something, and it's seemingly successful. I don't know to what extent, but I mean, there was a lot of
far as I
hype
know,
about it. I don't know where it's at
people
now,
seem
and
to like
I
the
still don't know the
Absolute.
artist's name.
I can never remember the guy's name, but you know, we reviewed Absolute Batman 1. We read it. I liked it as far as like I like the fact that they're just doing something new. It wasn't the same old Batman story. They were trying something completely different with Batman and got a lot of backlash. But Sean and I were the same way. We're like, yo, we kind of dug the art. Like it was a little bit different.
Yeah,
it was different, and it just added a different element. I kind of like the idea of a bodybuilder Batman, and in that I think he's a mechanic, right?
Yep.
He's not a playboy, so he can kind of hide amongst regular people, even though he's this ginormous dude. So it worked. It was good, and it hit, and people seem to like it, even though I haven't kept reading it. But yeah, kudos to them. I never shit on that either. When I first saw that image, I was like, man, this reminds me of the 90s as far as cool.
We should have things that are like cool exaggeration, because our options seem to have been over the last 25 years is that you get these very well drawn, realistic, you know, kind of depictions. That's the one end. A lot of them are, you know, the 90s guys, you know, David Finch, you know, it's like, okay, you get the David Finch figure. We've seen it a billion times now. But then it's like the other end of that is, you know, what people call the Cal Arts. I've called it, you know, the airplane manuals, you know, for how to leave the plane, you know. So like that's kind of thing like that. Those aren't two good options. Well, the one's a good option. The, you know, Dave Finch and all that, that's good for 40-year-old guys that are looking for that. It's so the line work is exquisite. You know what I mean? Use the shadow, you know, right. But to the little retarded kid, the young guy, you know, 14-year-old John, I want to see really cool shit and exaggerated proportions, you know, make that better. You know, like for us, our age, you know, you get Cable and he's got the fucking huge shoulder pads that no one's going to fucking wear.
The unrealistic aspect of stuff was what made it cool. Because you're reading a fantasy, so I don't give a shit that I'm reading a book. I'm like, oh, that couldn't happen in real life. Like, no shit, it's a comic book. So give me the over the top, you know, exaggerated stuff that I can jump into as a kid and just be like, man, that's fucking cool.
Yeah,
it was the same thing with like anime and stuff. When you watch anime from the 80s or even the 90s anime, and it's just like, it's just cool shit to watch. You know, like that's what we're trying to produce and what we hopefully get back to. You know, I mean, like you said, that's what the kids need.
Yeah.
I don't like being old. I don't like being 44. This sucks.
Yeah, 34 sucks too.
American comics grew up and left behind the kids. That's what they did.
They
left behind the kids.
That's why everyone's going to the manga.
You got to keep the kids, because that's how you keep people coming, you know, to comic shops or interested. The next generation interested in, you know, comic book art, comic book storytelling. Again, manga has no problem with this. Why are we so retarded that we're like, hey, let's just kill off our kid audience and we'll just survive as work for 40-year-olds?
Yeah, I mean, because it's the kid audience doesn't have to just be like YA. I mean, when I was 12, 14, I loved the mature, violent comics, but they were still geared towards my.
Well, that's what manga. A lot of the manga is. It's stuff that's still geared towards kids, but it's got violence. You know, even. You know, and that was part of the appeal when I got into comics, because I was, you know, I would watch cartoons. I enjoyed cartoons, you know. And when I saw comics, I'm like, well, this is like my cartoons, but it's a little bit edgier, you know. It's like you got guys smoking cigars, they're drinking beer. I'm like, you know, coming out of G.I. Joe cartoons, You know, you got the public service announcement, everyone, and then you go out here and you see it's got a little bit more balls, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah. So you want to keep the balls, but you also need to make things that are fun for young people. And when I say kids, 14, that's how old I was when I got into comics.
Exactly.
14.
Yeah.
So, you know, a little 14-year-old retarded Jon Malin out there wants to see cool fucking shit, but good execution. I want to see it with great execution.
Yeah.
So, and that's something that a lot of the stuff that I was into in the 90s did not have, in that the stories, almost every story coming out of Image was like, ugh, like, did I care? Nah, I don't really care, because I'm buying for the art. I'm getting all my Rob Liefelds, all my McFarlane's, Jim Lee. I'm getting all my cool books, and then Travis Charest and J. Scott Campbell's and Michael Turner. I'm getting all that stuff. I just want to look at the fucking art because it's so fucking good. But yeah, anytime I try to read the stories, I would just fucking be like, eh.
I'm same way. You know, Sean's got a bunch of the old Wizard magazines, and he keeps bringing them to me every once in a while, because he'd be like, dude, check out this article I think you would like. And it's, you know, I'll pick it up. I'm like, oh, fuck, I remember this book. But I start flipping through Image or the Wizard magazines, and it makes me sad for a second, because I just look at every page, every book, whether it was Image, Marvel, DC, or the independent scene at the time. I'm just like, man, we had it so good back then. We didn't even know it. Like, so many awesome stuff going on at one time. And all you have to do is just do a blast from the past to go through one of those old Wizard magazines from the mid to late 90s and just realize like how awesome of an era it was, and how exciting comics were at the time, both visually and just fun. So yeah, shout out to the 90s.
To be able to produce a page like this.
Oh, let me bring it up. There we go.
Is it too glary? Guys?
Bring it a little closer.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Like, sorry,
there we go.
You know, like, that's powerful. Sorry for the glare. I apologize.
Yeah, I can see it though.
You see a big monster guy knock out another monster guy. It was this
it's a thing in
like Blastar. Like, what do you say? It's like a 70% of page. You know, and you got the little small shit here.
Oh yeah, giant anchor panel there.
Yeah, giant anchor panel, man. Like that's what it's all about, in my opinion. That's the type of comics I want to try to produce.
Get that excitement, the visual excitement.
Yeah.
Guys, we're running up on it. I just want to say that I am launching a preview book for Reaper Destroyer 2. I want to say on March 27th. I think that's what I'm going to do. March 27th. I don't know where I'm launching it yet. I'll let you guys know when it gets there. But this is going to be a 24-page preview book. I think about 15 pages of just rough pencils, full script, and a bunch of extra stuff for $15. Get you ready for Reaper Destroyer 2 that is launching in May, I believe May 15th. So jump on that. I'm probably going to do that on my own website as we go forward. I want to give a shout out to John since he's here. This image right here that I'm using was an image that was used in Visions 2. And if you guys missed it, John, right around Christmas time, released a lot of this art back to the artist to be able to use for what we wanted to.
All of it.
That's cool.
Yeah, all of it. So, I mean, that was a hell of a cool Christmas present. And the first thing I thought was like an exclusive cover for an upcoming issue. And I've always loved this image. So shout out to you, John. Appreciate that. And I was able to put that on here. So that's going to be launching next month on the 27th. Jump into that. I also have a preview book.
One site, just because you brought that up. Yeah, I released the art whenever it was. And in case anybody starts running around and saying, let's just get it right. Like, I'm giving everybody permission. It was a Visions 2, I think. It was everybody's creator-owned project.
Yes.
So I said, hey, guys, if you provided art for Visions 2, you have my permission to republish it, reuse it however you want. I'm still holding on to the right to reprint it. Should I ever want to reprint Visions 2 or put a new cover on or whatever else? I don't know that I will. I'm holding on to that right. But you guys are, if you provided artwork for Visions 2, you're allowed to do whatever you want with that now. So more power.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, because now I got a badass cover for the preview book, which to my knowledge, a lot of people don't do the preview books. Now, Sean and I started doing the ash cans a few years ago. Were pretty popular to give you a little bit of a preview before the actual campaign came. You know, something to hold you over until the book came. And this preview is going to be a little bit more in-depth, regular comic book size, but more rough, original, just pencils, which you don't get to see very often. As a comic book collector, art collector, I enjoy seeing that. So this is for the collectors out there. It's going to be out there, the preview book. Also, I have a sketchbook on my website, superiorpresscomics.com, For $10, this collects all of the art and stuff I've been doing on Kings over the last, I don't know, 4 months or so, and probably many more that I'm doing since this book isn't going to come out until July. So I'm going to add more to it, as well as probably some of my favorite sketches over the last 5 or 6 years, and then a few exclusive images that no one's seen that's going to be just in the book as well. So check that out. It's only $10 plus shipping. If you guys want a remark version, because I've had a couple people ask, you can come down here and click this one right here, and you can get a remark, which is I will draw a image on the cover, and just a little image here, remark it for $30 there. But if you guys do, this is my own website, and I'm thinking about doing this going forward, guys. IGG has had problems. I know John has gone over to Fund My Comic. Other people are going over there as well. And I want to test out my own website and see.
No,
if I
the
can bring
problem is that they just
business over there.
rebooted it. It's a confusing thing. It's otherwise it works fine. So,
yeah, and it's just you know, they take a lot of money too over there. You can save a little bit of money the way that I'm doing it. I think I estimated I'd probably be saving, depending on how big the campaign would be. You know, for Reaper Destroyer 1, I think I paid like over $6,000 to Indiegogo. Maybe more, I lost track. But doing it through my own website, if it was similar numbers, you're talking about paying, you know, less than $1,000 of fees.
yeah, but I mean,
so
that's,
it makes a
that's
lot
a
more
question
sense.
of being able to move that audience to your website.
Yep,
You know?
and that's,
So I'm just saying, like, you know, there's no real point in poo-pooing, you know, oh no, I got to pay more. I'm like, well, that's the service fee.
no, that's
So,
yeah, that's for sure.
you know, but otherwise the site works fine. If they get their shit figured out, I got no problem going back, you know, but I only left because they switched the ownership mid campaign, and my campaign was shut to 30 days. I wasn't able to extend it for the additional 30 days. When I asked about it, they're kind of like, sorry about your luck. So I'm like, I'm taking a break. And the whole back end was a fucking nightmare because they redid the entire thing on the creator end. And I mean, it's confusing as fuck, where it used to be very user friendly. So
yeah, there's a chance that I would do a stripped down version of books on IGG still, because there's still people that like it, but I want to give a little bit more of a options to people out there. I'll probably do a Fund My Comic as well, but I'm doing these little campaigns, these little pre-orders right now, just to do an experiment, drive some more eyes to the actual store itself, Superior Press Comics, where you guys can get back issues of Reaper Destroyer, original art, original pages, merch, t-shirts, all that kind of stuff. Check it out, it's all there for you. But that is available now, $10 through the sketchbook. Jump on it while it lasts. July is when it's going to be sent out, and then next month the preview book for Reaper Destroyer 2 launches on the 27th somewhere. I'll figure it out. You know, who knows? Maybe hard art. I don't know. I haven't asked people. I don't want to throw that out there, but we'll figure that out.
What?
Launching
what?
So maybe launching the preview book on hard art. I was like, I don't know.
Is that what you're launching? Is that a different thing? I don't know. You got the campaign for Reaper Destroyer. Oh, and the preview book.
Yeah. So the sketchbook is just something I've got on. It's a pre-order that I've got on the website. It's not necessarily like this big campaign. It's there. It's going to be there for a while. It's coming out in July. The preview book is going to be the first kind of campaign I run on the website to see how that goes. It's kind of more of an experiment to see what happens. So that'll be interesting. And if that gives me enough confidence, I'm going to do Reaper Destroyer 2 on the website, as opposed to going strictly to IGG or somewhere else. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I'll have to think about that, because I don't mind launching like the main campaigns, but you know, sketchbooks and things like that, they can always get promoted on hard art 100%.
Yeah.
But to handle a launch is, I don't know, because we're kind of like, we're gonna launch, you know. So,
yeah, it's true.
You know, I don't want to turn, you know, half the streams and launch streams because everyone's got a sketchbook.
There are a lot of people.
Else, so.
The sketchbook is already available. That's ready to go. That's just being promoted here.
But the main campaigns, like your real campaigns, absolutely. You know,
do it in May.
You know, we'll turn those into launch streams. You can. No one on the show has to ask. It's built in.
Oh,
so
shit.
If you guys want to launch any real campaign, by all means, you can soft launch, because I mean, you're already on the show. I'm just saying we might not be able to make it about you so much.
Oh,
you know?
no. So, hard art is its own thing. If it was, it's just absolutely.
Hey, before we dip out, we got a super chat that we missed from our guy Sheldon Martin.
Oh fuck! I kept holding on to that. I'm glad you reminded me. I was going to bring that up because I kept seeing it. Sheldon for $5. Thank you, brother. Member of the channel says mainstream editors steer clear of all the image 90s style. Is that out of spite, or do you think they are currently or correct in saying it's an outdated style?
Stupid.
I think it's out of spite.
It's 100% out of spite. It's 100% out of spite. They've done tremendous damage. Again, I feel like to a large degree, cutting out the next wave of 90s guys means you basically cut out the next wave of people that attract young readers to comic books. The image guys were the cool, hip, exaggerated shit that was coming out there, and it was selling like gangbusters. Rob and Todd, you can say Eric Larson. These were all things that kids were checking out at the time. Even Jim Lee, who's more refined, but still, Art Adamsy. You know what I mean? Like, that was it. And what happened was Brian Hitch, and Ultimates came out, and then everybody who hated the 90s guys, they all latched onto that, and they were like, this is the future. And they ran with it. So
it sucked.
Yeah. And also they were making a lot of rules, under I think it was Casada was in there at the time, where it's like, no more thought balloons. Like, we got to do widescreen storytelling. Like they started putting more demands on taking away tools. That's what they're doing. That's what they were really doing. They thought it was a good idea to start taking away tools. And so these things can become more cinematic or easier to convince a fucking Hollywood exec to turn into a movie. I don't know what they're fucking thinking was, but they hate, editors specifically hate the guys from the 90s because they're big egos. They were basically Comicsgate. They were big fucking egos coming in there, and they earned it because they're selling in the millions. I mean, Todd McFarlane made his first millions at Marvel. I think Rob as well. These guys were fucking loaded, and with that comes arrogance. So who's the guy that's got to take the biggest hit from these arrogant artists? Editorial. They're direct. I mean, the editorial problems that Todd had. With what was his name? Scalliop.
I can't remember.
His fucking editor. Like, it was like a war, dude. And then they wanted to keep changing his fucking art, and that's the same thing they were doing with me. When I did cable, they kept wanting to change my fucking art. They wanted to fucking take down boob size because we're in the it was SJW era Marvel.
Showing that they didn't know what sold.
Away from my shit, guys. Stay away from my shit. I'm trying to sell books. That's what I'm trying to do. And that's what Todd was trying to do too. And these guys were terrified that they might actually make a sell based off a little bit of gratuity. Black Riding Hood. Check it out, guys.
Yeah, speaking of selling, Black Riding Hood, check that out, guys. Live now, 20 days to go. We talked about a little bit earlier, but you don't want to miss this. 3-time Writer of the Year, Jon Malin. Also the black representation of Comicsgate as well. So this is the black voice, everybody.
All right. Joe Quesada was not part of like that image wave of superstars. He was out
Jealous.
there. He's okay. But that guy became head at fucking Marvel, dude. Like that was his time to shine, and where he had, in comic book world, some kind of actual level of power. And yeah, like, who's he gonna be jealous? He's gonna be jealous of Todd and Rob. Like, that was the whole stink in the air, was these artists that these guys could not stand or felt were I don't know, they Casada and them, I think were felt entitled to having more of a fan base because they thought they were better artists, more well-rounded, had their shit together a little bit better. So
I'd heard
that hatred of the success of the image guys is why we did not get a next generation Rob Liefeld, and why we did not get a next generation Todd McFarlane, both of which would have been huge if we would have got those around 1990. Give them a year or two to kind of mature. That's what those guys needed, a year or two to mature on a fucking regular title, and then they're off to the fucking stratosphere.
100%.
But no, it became hire people that are better than Todd and Rob right off the bat, and be sure they're kind of drawing in this more realistic kind of form, and it just becomes boring. People got
Everybody
bored.
go check out Black Riding Hood 2. Links are in the chat. The mods have been awesome all night. Chat, thank you so much for joining us. John, we've got over 89 people watching on YouTube, which is the biggest number we've had in quite a while. Thanks to you. So thank you for bringing some people over. Everybody, do us a favor. Subscribe to the channel. It is free. It takes 2 seconds. Also, like the video and hype it when you get a chance. So appreciate everybody coming over here. John, what do you got going on? You want to promote anything before we get out of here?
I don't know, man. What is it? Friday? Is it Friday? What's today?
Friday. Tomorrow's Friday.
Oh, it's Thursday. Nothing on night. I'm gonna draw, guys. If somebody's streaming, maybe I'll pop on. Shane, I don't know if Shane's still out there. If he starts streaming, I might pop on over there. But he's gonna have to do it quick because my drawing involves getting high.
Hell yeah!
And
Nice.
I ain't getting on the stream high. So,
unlike us, who do it all the
Stop
time.
looking at me.
Be like, what?
Yeah.
What? What are we?
That's our
about?
downfall. Yeah.
Yeah, check out Hard Art on Wednesdays at 11 p.m. Everybody on Jon Malin's channel and Shane Davis' channel. Quite a fun show over there. I stream with them as
back
well.
And forth.
Yep, it's an awesome show. So thank you for joining us,
What do you
everybody.
mean,
John,
hit you up, Shane. What does that mean? Hit you up. What does that mean? You want me to call you? What do you want?
it means he'll do it if you want him to do it. That's what it is. But he's not going to do it just to do it.
Slide into his DMs.
Yeah, you got to be the one to pursue it, John. That's what it is.
Hit me
like a
What
lady.
is that? Why don't you just write me if it's a? You're gonna just DM me if you got something to say. Hit me up. That's such a like. What does that mean? Hit me up, John.
Shane's
hit me
from
up.
Jersey. That's how we talk. We're like, yo, ladies.
Yeah, but what, I'm
my
gonna drive to
DMs.
his house. You know what am I gonna do? Pick up the phone, call. We don't talk on the phone. I don't talk on the phone. I'm not a phone talker, guys.
Yeah, no.
So I'm just
Text
trying to
maybe every once
interpret
in a
this.
while.
What is this? Hit me up. Hi, Shane. Let me DM.
Okay,
Here's
let's do it.
Hi, Shane. You told me to contact you. What is it you would like to tell me that I needed to initiate the conversation? Couldn't you have written me and hit me up, sir?
Let me give one more shout out to the
Let me
chat.
check
as far
now that
as,
I'm talking shit. Make sure he didn't hit me up.
let me give a shot here and do one
No,
more.
he didn't hit me up.
Oh, so he wants you. Yeah, it's just
He
like
wants
you,
me
like
to
I said,
hit him
you
up.
hit
So then I waste my time initiating. Hi, Shane. How are you? Is everything
wants-
okay? And then he writes, oh yeah, everything's fine. But here's what I really wanted to talk about. Okay.
He wants to be pursued. You know, that's what it is. You got to pursue
wants-
it. He's
Yeah,
he
he's
wants
trying
to
to
be
do a
pursued.
fucking power move on me.
Yeah.
Hit me up. No,
Yeah,
just
hit
tell
me
me
up.
what you want.
All right, everyone, we're gonna get out of here. A last shot for the chat. Love you all. All right, be good
Thanks
to
for
each other.
having me.
Take care of one
Anytime,
another.
brother.
And as always, picture me naked. John, have a good one. Talk to y'all later. Peace.